Kitchen Table News. I am your host, Professor Tuck. Hi and welcome. Sorry, guys, I woke up from a nap about 20 minutes ago. It's been a kind of a nice day off. I went into town, came back, just kind of like pigged out on some candy that I got and getting going. Okay, so tonight, what it means by bring your own topic, it means if you've got questions about a certain topic that's in the news, because the news is moving so fast that what's breaking news. Thought there was three in here. Did I lose all three? And got me today. I got me my beloved Coke. I needed some Coke today. So, okay, what's up, Chris? All right. So, first and foremost, let's talk about what's going on or with Israel and Iran. I mean, this is the same old story. We're just watching them escalate everything. Point where, what's up, occult? What's up, Matthew? Mayday Monday, yeah. Um, it is. Yeah, you know what? Mayday is actually the signal. This is the signal of the end of World War II. We used to celebrate it and then we stopped celebrating it. But anyways, what's up, Beth? Nice to see you. All right. So the thing is, Iran's trying to escalate this into a war. They can't go unless we go, and Donald Trump isn't willing to commit over to the Middle East and help China out, or excuse me, Iran out, because we're so focused on China right now, and that's an even bigger issue. So, the United States has no interest in getting in there. So the only way that Iran or that Israel can get in there and get us to put boots on the ground is if they can provoke Iran to attack. Iran knows this. Iran's known this for a long time. This has been the constant playbook. And the thing is that Israel is trying to ramp it up. Hezbollah has offered peace negotiations, offered to even walk away if the if Israel just leaves Palestine alone and lets them be. But the thing is, Israel wants Palestine, and so it does not matter. It's more of a thing of they just want it all for themselves, and they don't want to share because to them that this is their land by their religious text, and so therefore, because it's in a book, it is true. It doesn't matter that even in that book that they're told that their creator keeps taking it away because they don't know how to be responsible people. And look at the way everything is going. I mean, if you really want to follow Christianity, if this is God's people and this is what, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to go down that road too much, but it's basically the same old. We're gonna keep hearing about it because they don't want us to know what's going on with with Ukraine and Russia. Russia put out its own whatchamacallit, its own peace negotiations, its own peace terms. And most of the peace terms are good. Now the denazification of Ukraine, although everybody kind of points and laughs at it. I mean, what was the Azov battalion? I mean, blatantly Nazis. They were open about being Nazis, and so therefore, to say that it's a joke to denazify, that some conspiracy theory, is to deny the facts. I mean, we were supporting the Azov battalion because they were doing our bidding, even though they were um, they were essentially like an offspring of Hitler's youth, essentially. So that term makes perfect sense, but everybody else is going to sit there and laugh and bulk at it because the thing is, we're being told here in America is that Ukraine is a virtuous one, Russia come close by forcing them into this agreement, because if they ever break this agreement, then it becomes all out war, because at that point in time, Russia is done negotiating because they've negotiated. And as you constantly hear, you don't negotiate with terrorists. And the United States is being seen that way, in the same way we're starting to see other regimes like that as well. Now, as far as what's going on in the trade war, I think there's something interesting. I don't know. How many of you guys watch Tucker Carlson? Okay. Is everybody else having reception issues? Talk is very laggy tonight. All right, hold on. Let me take it outside. No, Sam, keep your butt in here. You're in trouble. Let's take it outside. It might be a little. I did not invite you. Lay your butt down now. Let me see. All right, I don't know where my. Try to get this. So I got my new tripod today. Oh, it's kind of a little hard to get in and out. Okay, so how is this, guys? Is this better? Yeah, as you guys can see, the reason why I didn't want to come out is because, well, we got the wind over here. So I'm going to have to be over here if I do this. Okay, let me raise it. Let me go get a chair. I'll be right back. Is the signal better? Okay, so far 5x5. Okay, good. Hold on. All right. Let me go grab one more thing out of the house. Okay. So it sounds like we got good signal. I'm going to warn you guys up front about the wind. That's why I was doing this. Let's kind of switch it around so you guys can kind of see. Yeah, clouds. Oh, you guys think it's bad. Look at over there. But luckily the wind is going in that direction. So, okay, oh fuck, it's doing. Okay. It means loud and clear, Beth. Okay. So is signal good? If not, I will restart. So tell me if signal. Okay. So tell me, is signal okay? Okay, use squatters happened today. Okay, it's good. Okay, good. So they're removing squatters from where, Phil? Okay, so let's see here. What's Sam in trouble for? Oh, Sam, when I did the when I did the live stream this morning, it took me a half an hour to get her to come to get back to the house. I ended up hollering for her, going over the neighbors. She wandered so far off and took her sweetest time getting back. She's lucky I even took her into town today, but that's that's neither here nor there. Okay. So that's this. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So let me ask you guys this. Tell me this in the comments. One, if you do. Two, if you don't. Do you watch Tucker Carlson at all? Like, do you watch his stuff here on YouTube? So type 1 if you do. Type. Tell me if. Okay. 1 2 2 2. Okay. I will put the link to the video. But Tucker Carlson, I've been watching him when he was the editor of a libertarian magazine. I think it was called Wired. It was okay. So he just had a guest on. It's a 3-day-old video, but it talks about going into the digital currency. And essentially what this lady is saying is that if you guys remember all the way back to when the Republicans, the first time Congress shut down and we had a government shutdown due to budgetary constraints, and the Republicans shut the government down. You guys probably remember that, right? That happened in the mid-90s. I remember when that happened because everybody in America became happy because for the first time in a very long time, we started paying off our national debt. Well, Yeah, I'll put it in there. But essentially what she's saying is at that point in time, because the wealthy elite saw what was going on and saw that we were a disagreeable people and that therefore we were going to have problems later on, they started divesting from the United States all the way back then. They made a plan to completely exit all of the money out of the United States, force it into into being a major debtor so that they could put the squeeze on it and get America to do what they wanted to do. And so what we're seeing is the final implications of that. It really started taking heed in in the 2008 crash. And so I think this is important because I'm doing research for next week's topic, and I think that that is something that is it should raise the hairs on the back of your neck on how, because usually they're using money as a way to be able to control and influence you without you actually knowing that you're being controlled and influenced in multiple ways, subtle ways that you don't actually know. And so therefore, like she was talking, like the states, they talk about wanting to go back to constitutional principles. And so for every dollar they send to Washington, they get $1.19 back. Well, everybody wants that 19 cents, so they're willing to look the other way while still whine and scream about the Constitution. So we'll never go back to constitutional principles because people are more interested in making money than in abiding by constitutional principles. Yeah, it's Phil, that is that there's more truth to that than we'll ever know. But essentially, this economic collapse that we're going through has been orchestrated, and it's been taking about 30 years to unfold. And so that's what we're getting to see play out right now. That's what we're seeing play out with the trade war and everything else like that. Now, Donald Trump may be trying to go completely against that. And that might be why there's so much turbulence. But also, whether or not he realizes that he's also playing into their hand, because they're getting what they want because they kind of understand cause and effect and how to manipulate the effect from whatever causes that they want to engineer. And so therefore this is something that we should worry about. I think you're going to get a much deeper understanding than me trying to explain it on that one, because I mean it's just so dense as far as the information. It's very hard even for somebody that likes lectures and dense speaking. It was even hard for me to process the amount of crap that this lady was saying. And she's a she's a very upstanding mainstream person. She has all the credibility. So although she sounds like Alex Jones without the hysteria, she has the reputation and the resume to back it up. And like one of the things that put her into, she was one of the few people that lawfare was used on early on, because she tried to help fix the housing crisis with Sally and Freddie, and they didn't want it because it was an engineered collapse so that they could fleece. She's talking about them using the Bank of International Settlements as a way to be able to siphon money out of the United States, and because it's a sovereign entity, there is no way for the people to there's no way to account for it. So we could actually be making a lot of money. I'll give you a perfect example. So my grandfather worked for the post office, and so did my uncle. And right before my grandfather retired from the post office, the post office was starting to get shellacked by Congress. They're like, oh yeah, da da da. Well, the thing is that the post office actually is one of the few government organizations that operates on a profit. But the thing is that Congress starts using it as its slush fund, and then saying, well, it's not making any money, when in reality it's making money. They just keep robbing the piggy bank and then making the post office workers pay for it in other ways, because they're making a profit off of doing all the mail that they do. They're a very efficient organization. What's up, Bucknut? And this was stuff that my family was telling me as they were starting to retire from the post office, which that now every time I hear them talk about the post office, now I'm like, yeah, that's a bunch of horse shit, because it's not true. Okay, so those are the topics for the day. we've been talking about what's going on with the homeless issue. Okay, so does anybody have any topics they want me to talk about? I saw Phil, you talked about I heard you talk about something with they're starting to do homeless sweeps. The Department of Justice hasn't gotten. Oh, fuck yeah. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. See, Beth, that's why I have you remind me. Thank you. Okay, where did I put it? I had it. Where the hell is it? Why is it everything that I look for is never where I put it? Where is my book? This is making me mad. I put it right here. It should be right here. And yet, of course, it. Oh, Samantha, get back up on the bed now. And where is? Oh, jeez, roll. What the fuck happened to my goddamn book? I do not know. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Couldn't find my book. Just as I was walking out the door, it was right where I put it. So let me get this. So we have disagreement moved a bunch of rocks around the property. Yeah, notebook. Okay. The drawing, I think. Gianna. Okay. Yeah, I got the raffle stuff. So we have. So is Tommy here? Because Tommy, I want to know because I saw a new membership, but it goes it's by T. I was wondering if that's you. So, well, while I'm doing this, I'll do it. Why don't you guys ask your questions, and we'll keep this. We'll kind of keep going, on this. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clyde. Yeah, I got to make about 30 of these damn tickets. So let's see. Invisible Man, how you doing? High Tech, not me. Okay. I don't know who T is then. So if I knew who you were, I would give you a raffle ticket. When you set up a name over on Patreon, um, it's generally a good idea for you um, to use your name on YouTube so that I know who you are and uh, I can give you credit for stuff like that because I'd like to be able, because I mean, everybody that I want to be able to reward you guys as members. So, I need to make these a little bit further apart. Okay, so that's come on. All right. Damn it. Of course. Okay. So let's see here. What do we got? Okay, Invisible Man, how you doing? Okay. How's the homestead doing? It's going pretty good. We've got some bad weather coming. Everybody thought it was going to rain earlier today, but it didn't. Um, you know, but as you can see, we've got rain clouds over us and stuff like that. So, there we go. We're gonna have so many tickets in here. I almost don't even need to fold them, but I'm doing it just for anonymity. Okay, so I got the first set of 10. I got one more set of 10. That I got to do here. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I, J. Okay, so it's just me. Has 10. Wow, I will start doing this the day of and have the raffle tickets. I thought I would get this done. I don't know. It was one of those days. This is my first time to have any personal time in almost 3 weeks now. So I took advantage of it because I had it, and I took some naps, did some stuff that I needed to get done today, and that's that. Okay, so that is much better. All right. So what is everybody? So tomorrow, my old man's gonna be on, but we're not gonna talk your normal news. He likes to talk about aliens, UFOs. He likes to talk about like human origins and stuff. And so we're gonna try this out. If you guys like having him here and stuff, we'll have him. And we'll try and make it a regular thing, like maybe every Friday night as a way to lighten up because the news is getting really heavy. Who here is starting to get anxious because of how quickly the news is going? Who here is starting to get anxious from that? Type 1 if you are. Type 2 if the news cycle isn't really bothering you that much. Okay. Matt. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm figuring out the easy way to get this done. Because basically what I got to do is I'm writing out like each one of these raffle tickets. And maybe as time goes along, I will just go get me, I'll go buy me one of those raffle rolls. And I will just start, I'll do it that way and make it a lot easier on me. But this is only our second month doing it. Each month we find out the little hiccups along the way and we're fixing them. Thank you guys for being patient. We're going to do this raffle giveaway. So first prize, and the new raffle starts today. So for next month, we're going to have a different, rails. We're going to have a different prize. So this month, okay, if you're a member on Patreon, you get a 90% off coupon. If you are not a member over on Patreon, you get free memberships. So first prize is a free membership to Inner Circle plus a digital bundle of your choice, either postcards. What is it? Postcards. Postcards. my gain or my Florida Trail pictures and my AT pictures. And second prize is an unreleased digital bundle, which will be my pictures from Washington, D.C. I even got pictures of the White House. You guys have seen it in my intro, my Washington, D.C. pictures. So if you want, that's what second prize is. And then third prize is it is a free membership to a digital homesteader. Okay. So we got this here. Okay. We're getting down to the easy ones now. I've gotten all the big ones, the 2 10s and the 7. And oops, I gave. Okay. So we got DJ. We've got Joe. And we've got Leslie. All right. So we got that, and that. I feel so unprepared. I usually don't have Edward. So Edward gets 3. Okay. So we've got all of the numbers in. All right. So thank you guys for your patience. We're going to go through. I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn it around here so you guys can watch. So this is all there. I don't know who's what. It's all a random pick. Okay. So first prize, which is a free membership to Inner Circle and a free digital bundle. First winner is DJ Elf. DJ Elf, you have I have your email, so I'll email you, but you have 70 hours to collect on this. Okay, so DJ Elf gets 1. Okay, again, let's see. So, all right, Clyde gets an unreleased digital bundle, so you get my pictures from the Apple. All right, so that's second prize. All right, what's third prize? Third prize is not Clyde. He's already won. You only win 1 prize. You can't win 2. Okay. There's Clyde again. Okay. Yeah, see what happens when you have 10 in there? Okay, let's see here. Matt. All right, Matt. I will be sending you. I've got your thing. I will be sending you a link or a link that will give you a free membership to Digital Homesteader. Okay, and so you'll be able to be over there and enjoy all of the benefits of that. So we have DJ Elf for first prize. Okay, we've got Clyde for second prize, and we've got Matt for third prize. So that is how we do the raffle. Now, everybody's got in there. Let me write this down so I don't forget, because I have a habit of that. And yeah, so number number 1, 2, 3. So DJ Elf, Clyde, and Matt. Okay, so we got yeah, you know what's kind of weird is it doesn't matter how many tickets you buy, because DJ Elf only got 1, but he won first prize. Clyde did 10 and Matt did 7. So I mean, they up their chances and stuff like that. So if you want to get into the raffle, how do you do it? If you want to be able to win prizes next month, the prize is so next month first prize. And if you want to see what it looks like, you can go down in my description. There's a link to my TeePublic store. I am going to be giving away 1 shirt of my lead dog. So if you want the lead dog, and you want to get in the drawing for that first prize, That's what it'll be. Second prize will be a free membership to Inner Circle, and third prize will be a membership to Digital Homesteader. Okay, so therefore, there's going to be 2 memberships and a shirt given away next month. So how do you get into the raffle? 1, you can get a membership over here on YouTube. You get 1 ticket for every membership. Some people like to gift memberships so that they can get multiple tickets. That's how Matt did his. You can come over and you can get memberships on Patreon, and you get double tickets for Patreon memberships. Or you could put something in the super chat. So the super chat, super thanks. $5 is the minimum entry. You could buy as many tickets as you want. If you really want to push it. The shirt itself is $32. Okay, so for those of you that are doing cost benefit, $32 is what the shirt is. Inner Circle is a $20 membership, and Digital Homesteader is a $10 membership. Okay, Beth, thank you so much for reminding me. I hope to get this down soon, but yeah, Sam's butt. Yeah, pretty much, Matt. Okay, sweet. All right, so yeah, Matt, I have your number, so I'll text you that. Clyde, I have your number. I'll text you. So, yeah, as you guys know, I have, with some members, I do have, I can't afford a membership. I was a mod before, but I've been so busy starting my business, buddy. But I support you 100%. Okay, Phil, what kind of business you starting? And is this your first business? Just curious. Congratulations, folk. I had no idea what's happening because apparently all the carpetbaggers are using up all the internet. Oh, I love you, Chris. That was amazing. Okay. Okay. A cult. Okay. Congratulations. Okay. You were right. I really like the pictures. Yes. Okay. I never win. Well, Phil, there's ways to win. I will even give away free tickets throughout the month, kind of like I did earlier this month, last month is what I did is I gave away a free bundle. Landscaping and lawn care. Okay. Do you have a Google My Business profile? How are you marketing yourself on social media? Are you doing before and after pictures? Are you using a lead generation site such as Home Advisor or Thumbtack? Those are things that will help you get off the ground really, really quick if you don't want to struggle. Those are some quick, easy tips for you if you're not doing them already. Home Advisor is going to cost you about $300 for the membership, and plus you're going to be paying for the leads. Totally worth it because the leads, honestly, between them and Angie's List almost put me out of business 3 times because of the way that they basically charge you and you don't make any profit. Yes, it's sitting on the ground, Mitch. We're at the front of the camper. So this is a 5th wheel. So this is where my bed is. That's where Sam's laying right now, looking out, trying to get an eye on me. Okay, so Jeremy, next time I have a feeling. Yeah, maybe next time. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll make sure and do that. But just getting your business off the ground. I have knowledge from starting a business because there's not much of a difference between house cleaning and landscaping. I originally started landscaping and I realized that I wasn't getting enough money for the amount of effort that I was putting out. So the illegals drove the price down so much over a 20-year period of time. In 2000 and I don't know, 3 or 4, I was able to go through San Antonio and charge $20 an hour. And now you've got 4 people that show up and will do your lawn 4 times a month for $100. I mean, the price has dropped so much, it's not even really worth being in it. This is the damage that bringing all these border jumpers is it suppresses wages. It's why they don't have to give you a raise, is because they've got people coming across the border. It's in their interest. Now, politically, they're getting backlash, but the illegals over here is because it keeps our wages down. It seems like it's the
the never-ending goal for the ruling elite to drive wages down so much that they don't have to pay anything for it, and everybody has to grovel to them. And because they're the ones holding the purse strings, they're the ones that remain in control. Okay. Maybe collect rocks for a foundation. Yeah. Wood chill first. We have flyers and word of mouth, and we have 6 customers and getting good reputation. Uh, do you make sure you look at your local chamber of commerce, Phil, and and network there. They have free networking meetings. Also, look on Meetup. They have networking meetings. You might have to pay $1 or $2 to go there. It's just so that they can keep the riffraff out. And so you go in there and you sit there through a meeting. Everybody gets up, introduces their business, talks about what their business is, gives their value statement. It's an opportunity for you to network with other business owners, possibly pick up commercial contracts, get referrals. Because the thing is, when you have a client and a customer, it builds your reputation by being able to refer them to reputable companies that you already have relationships with. That's the purpose of networking and doing things like BNI, which is going to cost you $1,000. I wouldn't do it to start off with, because it's a good old boys club. Unless you're already established and you're part of the guy. Yeah, it's just, yeah, no, they asked me why I was still there in BNI if I didn't like it so much, and I said because I paid for it, and since I paid for it, I'm going to use it. But in the whole year, I've made $300, but yet I've sent about $10,000 worth of business to other people. And why am I sending business out to you if you're not sending business back? That's the problem. Yes, it is. I completely agree with you. It used to be really good. If you're in certain industries, if you're part of the good old boys club, um, or you're one of the very sought after, I was courted like 3 times before I actually joined BNI. Oh yeah, we need a cleaning company. We've got plenty of referrals for you. Okay, fine. I'll pay the $1,000. No, I got 3 referrals. And you want to know who those 3 referrals were? People in the group. Okay. People in the group using it because they knew that I was getting shafted, and it was their only way to do something about it, because the infighting and the politics that goes on, it's just as divisive as what we see in Washington. We're doing it to keep our family together in rural ranch rental. Well, that's good. Hey, Phil, I did really well. My problem was, is that when Biden decided to let the border just become wide open, we started getting shot at on the way to our appointments. Nobody wants to come to work for that. You got to be careful in being in an employee-centered environment, because the way that the economy is going, you'll never be able to pay somebody enough, especially in a low skill, no skill job. You'll never be able to pay them enough to pay their rent, and you're going to have to be okay with that. And it really, really sucks, especially as a small business owner. Your first 5 employees are probably the most important employees you will have. That will be your core foundation of building a business. So, but that's just my advice. Come on over to Business for Beginners. And and do that. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Uh, people throw that word around a lot. A pyramid scheme is a Ponzi scheme. Okay. Your typical pyramid scheme would be your typical corporate structure, because the CEO at the top makes all the money and everybody else down below makes less money. That is a pyramid scheme. That is a pyramid structure. The reason why people throw that around is because it's just like conspiracy theory. If I don't want you to go out there and figure out new ways to build a business for yourself, I'm just going to call it a Ponzi scheme and a conspiracy theory, because then you'll shut it off. And even though that was a viable opportunity for you, you won't take it. This is how we're being controlled in so many different ways, and it's done in such a subtle way that we don't even realize that it's actually happening. And this is the sad part, because I've known about this, but I didn't know it was to this degree. And I'm learning things. I'm like, holy crap, So, but it is what it is. We getting rabbit and ducks and something else to sustain our meat, protein intake, landscaping business. Me and my brother, no BS. Well, hey, if that works, then that's great. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just letting you know. It's people throw away, because like I used to do MLMs, and the first thing somebody says when you mention MLM is pyramid scheme, and it, you want to get somebody blood boiling and say that to them. It's like going to Arkansas and calling it Arkansas. I mean, you're gonna piss some people off, but it is. But yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, opinions are allowed to be had here, and we're all good with that. But as far as the news goes, anybody got any topics that they want a deeper dive into? Tomorrow I'm going to start on my whatchamacallit, I'm going to start on next week's series. Now that I'm getting a lot of my research out of the way, is kind of what I was doing for part of the day. I walked into town, got me some hot dogs, ended up eating them instead of having chili dogs like I wanted to. But I don't know. I've been so tired. I don't want to do anything except for sleep, and kind of like, that's why I took a nap today. Not sync. Okay. Breakdown. Succeed and see. I wish you all of the luck, Phil, but one warning to you is you better be very creative in what you bring to the table, because that's going to be how you survive what's coming. Because here's the ugly truth. The housing market, okay, so the housing market's in a free fall crash right now. There's lots of media out there talking exactly about that. The housing market's in a free crash. Some regions are doing okay, but a lot of them, I mean, prices are dropping. What happens is now you have less homeowners, which means you have less house cleaners, you have less landscapers, you have less roofers. So all those industries that are tied to the housing community, make sure that you get yourself tied in and get a few commercial contracts, get you through not only the slow season, but to get you through this turbulent time. You may have to have a hybrid, because at least with commercial contracts, they may not pay as much, but they're stable. You can have that if you do a 6-month or a 1-year contract, and you write that out. You've got stable work for a year, even when everything else is falling apart until that company goes out of business, or you have to go through a dispute and then, file legal stuff like that. But when a company stops paying its bills, it's pretty much out of business anyway. So there's almost no point in suing them. So talk to banks about maintaining foreclosed properties. Yes, that's another good thing. But you don't want to talk to the bank. You want to talk to the holding companies. So it doesn't keep it on their book because it's a negative asset. What they do is they put it over to the holding company. The houses that I had were on the books for what was it? I think it was Chase. It was Washington, became Chase. But the thing is, they were managed by a holding company. You're going to have to go to their website, find the local holding companies that are in your area, go to their website and apply to be one of their vendors. Another good thing for you to do is, if you are dealing with general contractors, especially ones that are doing new builds, that is also another good thing for you to do, because you can go in there and but you're going to need certifications to be able to do like the horticulture part of it. But you could go in there and do their landscaping design and make a lot of money doing that as well. So those are some different opportunities for you as well. Hey, what's up from Maui? Yes, Bucknuts. This isn't your first rodeo. It's down efficiently, competitive prices on time, crying and getting it done is heady. Yeah, I know. The prices are dropping. Houses are, the mortgages are underwater. Yes. And it's going to be like that. This trade war is already, like, McDonald's is already warning, because people are right now, with all the uncertainty, people are locking their wallets. They're not putting a lot of money out. That's that's why you better learn how to do things inexpensively, because all of the money is going to be taken up by housing and just your basic sustaining costs, housing, food, water, electricity, that you're really not going to have much expendable income. And so, a $5 membership is more attractive now than, let's say 5 years ago, when people said $5 membership, you must not value yourself, because people look at the prices you charge, and then they And then they determine whether or not you're offering a quality product. I learned this when I first got into landscaping, because I offered to do it at $10 an hour. A guy's like, no, going rate's 15. I almost didn't hire you because, if you're asking for too low of a price, we won't, nobody will consider you. They think that there's something wrong or that you're running a scam. If you ask for too much, nobody will want to do business with you because they're not willing to come off because they don't value it that much. And so therefore you got to find your sweet spot. Make sure you talk to your customers. Hey, what's up, Edward? Nice to see you, buddy. Okay, have you read? No, my mom did. Um, I'm not when I read, I prefer reading white papers, technical articles, things that are 12 pages and under. Just because of the way that my brain processes the information. I can only put a little bit at a time because of how much processing it does to kind of break it all down. Most people, they just read it and they don't really think too deep on it. Me, I think so deep on it that I can only read just a little bit at a time. So therefore I stick to articles that are 12 pages and under. I love reading. I just can't read for long periods of time because like I lose concentration. Like one of the worst things is reading a book, and it's like it's a book you really really like, but you got to keep going back because you're like a sentence sends your brain off into left field because you're expanding on that sentence. And so therefore that's my struggle in reading. Push mower, weed eater, blower, boom, trash bucket, shovel is the beginning. Yes. It seems to me $35 is a price point companies are seeking. That's why it triggers. That's why it triggers like free shipping. Well, not only that, it forces you, in order to get the free shipping, people will spend more money even if they're not really saving, just under the perception of a deal. That's the $35 threshold. I've got a $25 item. Shipping $7. I could pay $10 for another item that I kind of want, but not really into, and just because I want the free shipping, not because I'm actually saving any money. Americans don't do the cost benefit like that, where they sit back and go, oh, well, I can save some money. There's even been some times where I've been caught up on it. It's an advertising gimmick to get people off their wallets. Is to sit there and just kind of give them a carrot and stick. Well, so 1 for 10, 2 for 15. Well, you don't want the second one, but you want the perceived deal that you're paying $7.50, so you're getting a 25% discount just by buying that second one. Do you really want it or need it or anything else like that? No, you just want the deal. And so therefore, in the same way that you have the dopamine hits on social media, this is another way that you're being psychologically triggered to buy things, even if it's not in your best interest, even if you're spending more money than you have. You're buying it because it's a perceived deal, not because it's actually cost effective for you. And that's how good advertising is. Stoner syndrome. Yeah. Amazon has ruined the reality of shipping. What do you mean, Bucknut? And Amazon is getting hammered by the Trump administration because of them trying to reroute, skip tariffs, and the fact that they list. So if you're buying something directly from China, they will list how much of what you're paying for is the tariff. They're trying, in a lot of ways, it's a PR. Because Americans are more worried about how much money they have in their pocket than the Constitution, the rule of law, or fairness. Everybody just wants money, and I think it's a sickness in us. Everyone expects free shipping the next day or same day. Well, Amazon figured out how to do it. I mean, they created the addiction. I mean, I pay was it $7 a month because I'm on food stamps. I pay $7 a month, $7.50. So I get like a 25% discount for the free shipping and next day shipping. And even some months I don't even use it and I'm still paying for it. So Amazon's banking on people like me paying the premium, so that people that do the heavy lifting, guys like me are kind of offsetting their costs. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Mitch, hey Tuck, what's the stoniest weed you've smoked recently? The stuff I get around here is like, wow. Like there's been some times where I've like, even though I've got a tolerance, I've had to crawl back to my bed. It's like, I just need to close my eyes for 5 minutes. I mean, there's some stuff, but I don't smoke as much as I used to. So now it's hitting me much harder, right? I'm saying it when other people order stuff from other sites, they get because shipping costs and time of transit. Yeah, well, you know what? That's how Amazon is able to retain their market share because they give you a value that you can't get anywhere else. The same way that Walmart put all the mom and pop shops out of business because it was cheaper to go there than it was to go to a mom and pop shop who couldn't get the bulk discounts. And Mr. Wonderful, because I know he's been in the news a lot. One of the things that he said is he had an education software selling for like $199. Walmart come up and said, we want to sell your product, but we want to sell it as seen on TV for $19.99. He figured out how to make it for $19.99, and so therefore you got a $200 software that went in there for $20. Who can compete with that? I'm puffing wild thornberry. Ooh, that sounds nice. But it is what it is. Okay, so are you guys gonna how many I'm just curious how much of an interest we will have for tomorrow night's topic. My old man like I said, he wants to talk about human origins, UFOs, all that other stuff. He wants to be the next George Norrie, or Art Bell. God, I miss Art Bell. I hated George Norrie. But yeah, he wants to be the next Art Bell. So I'm just curious, are you guys interested in it? Southern Oregon. Oh, what part of Southern Oregon? I was raised I was raised all over the state, but my mom was born and raised in Portland. So I want to hear stories from your childhood. Oh, fuck. No, Bucknut, please, please don't go that route. Oh, no, because you're going to get a big old shit talking contest because he's going to make stuff up. Yes, he's gonna make stuff up. I know he will. And then I'll have to call it. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I think everybody will be pissing themselves by the end of the night just watching us fight. So, GP area, GP. Okay. This is gonna be great. Okay. Yeah, me too. Okay. You guys are gonna put me in a bind, huh? You guys are gonna put the screws to me. I'm gonna regret this tomorrow because we're gonna hear stories of Claw and McFly and yeah. What he won't admit is that I actually kicked his ass. And the last time that him and I decided to get into it, I beat him and he hasn't been willing to fight me since. It's kind of a rite of passage though. And he had to really, really piss me off for that too. I was in a suit and he wanted to roughhouse in the front lawn. So I just flipped him over and put him on his back. He left me alone after that because he's like, oh, okay. So old man, he's my age at that time. He was like, let's see, I was like 16. So old man, my ass. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel really damn good, Bucknut. Yeah, but after that, he stopped trying to roughhouse with me. He tried again when I was like 24, or no, yeah, about 24, 23, and instead of getting into it like I normally did, I just put my head down and I went in for a T-bone tackle. And next thing you go, ow, my back, my back, my back, my back. Yeah, he just didn't want to get his ass whooped is what happened. See, this is the stories you're going to hear. And then the shit talking starts because, yeah. Oh, God. Just, yeah. Oh, God. No, please. I might, that might not happen tomorrow, guys. No, it'll happen. I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. My old man and I have always been a good tandem when we do shows together, just because of the banter back and forth and everything else like that. Yeah, we generally tend to be fairly entertaining. So I thought you had a girlfriend with you. I did months ago. She's been gone for what, 3 months now? 3? Yeah, about 3 months, because this is my 6 months here. She was here for 3 months. So yeah. Yeah, so she's been gone for a while. But it is what it is. Oh, we got some daylight popping through. That's good. McFly. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I opened the can of worms on that one. Get rest. I'm not gonna be. Will I be a good sport? It depends. You'll see. My old man and I, We're more alike than I would like to admit. I took more after him than my mother. Um, that's the sad part is, yeah, I took more after him because what I took from my mother was her work ethic and her endurance. Because my old man doesn't have any endurance, man. The first sign of pain, the first obstacle, turns around and, turncoat. Are you gonna split super chats with him? Probably not. My old man is he doesn't need yeah he's yeah no if it was somebody else that I knew that needed it, but like my old man gets 3 retirements. um he doesn't necessarily need the money now. If this becomes a big deal, I might cut him in as far as a collaboration partnership, but it just depends upon how this takes off, really. But no super chats, no, they don't go to my old man. I'm usually the one calling to borrow money from him and pay him back on a payday, not the other way around. Um, mm. No, he's lucky. He found a woman that knew how that made him rich. Like my old man is, yeah. He's got a good life. So, are you preparing for winter? I would if I were you, buddy. We just got out of winter. Give me about a month or two before I start preparing for it again. He did extra money from the state to raise. No, no, he did 20 years in the army. He did another 10 years driving school bus, and then he also gets Social Security. So, so yeah, he did. Yeah, he did his 20 years in the army. So his first retirement he got when he was 40 years old. And then after that, yeah, he went to work for the school district, and then he gets all that. So yeah, my old man's well taken care of. Interviews Friday is your dad, and Saturday is who? It's going to be a homeless entrepreneur. We're going to talk about the blackout in Europe and experience. Kind of talk about it from a prepper standpoint. Just I want to know the human psychology of what happens because it is. Even if it wasn't a test run, there are a lot of people paying attention because they want to know how society's going to react. Think of it like the Orson Welles experiment. So you beat up an American hero and an educator. Shame. No, he was a school bus driver, not an educator. After he got out of the army, he wanted to go off and become a history teacher, but he was like, it's so liberal, I can't take it. And so he just stopped going because he's like, I'm not going to be indoctrinated into this shit. You know. And so yeah, he was going to he wanted to become a history teacher. Preparation 3, yeah. Welfare, Sonora Desert, yeah. I could see that. I've already basically done a whole winter here, so I already know what to expect. It's gonna snow, it's gonna be cold, but as long as there's no clouds, it'll be warm during the day. It's when the clouds move in that you're gonna be hunkering and laying in bed all day, staying warm. Um, I bought some caulking today so that I could seal up parts of the trailer. Um, yeah, so that'll be in my so if you want to see if you're interested in my homesteading journey, because over here I kind of got to keep it on the same topic. I got to quit confusing the algorithm, and I finally got the algorithm unconfused because of how much content I've been putting out over the last few weeks. That the algorithm is finally starting to reward me, so I don't want to confuse it by doing the homesteading with it. So if you're a digital homesteader over on Patreon, that is one of the value builders for it. So once a week I will do a homesteading blog or vlog, where I show you guys around the homestead, show you what I've been doing, show you what's been happening, kind of give you my ideas, all that good stuff. And then once a month we do a live stream where we talk about the business side of being a homesteader, because having a homestead's one thing, but if you don't have revenue, if you don't have income, you can't live. That's the hard part. So that's what the value is for the digital homesteader, and that will be over there. I will be recording it on Fridays, and it will be being released like Saturday mornings. I'm going to schedule it so that I'm kind of ahead on it and stuff like that. You guys can uh, uh, bank on a specific time versus just waiting for the other stuff. Looking out, I'm also in 18-foot 71 trailer, 2 pit bull dogs, uh 1 pregnant. I'm putting what state are you in, Phil? So what's dad's name? Is it weird if I call him Big Papa? We'll probably his alias usually is Rudiger. He's always gone by Rudiger. You know, that's pretty much what he's going to be going by. So, yeah. Grants Pass. Oh, okay, Grants Pass. Okay, my ex-wife's family lives down there. Medford area. I don't want to get into that one though. Yes. Only slightly strange, Bucknut. Big Papa. You know what? He's already got an ego. Don't let him don't let him don't inflate it any more than what he's got. He's got a big enough ego for everybody. For you, but I lost my account, remember? Um oh, yes, fuck. I remember who you are now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I just forget the I forget what the name was that you go under. But yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna have to reassociate that. Because I pretty much know everybody that comes in, whether they're periodic or regular. And so therefore, uh uh therefore, you know, I don't know. I pretty much try and know everybody. That's my big thing. Okay, all right, good to see you, man. I've been wondering what's happening to you, and now I know. Okay, I just got to reassociate a new name, kind of like I had to do with James when he went to Matt DeCat for something similar. I'm surprised Joe Morgan hasn't created another account that he can go surf the internet on, because he keeps getting blocked. That was an aha moment. Uh-huh. If you want me to remod, I'll try harder. Well, we've got a couple. We've got some good mods now, but when if anybody drops off or if I need more mods, once we get up to a couple hundred people in here on a regular basis, I will probably start expanding on mods, and you'll be one of the first ones that I think of. But Chris and Bucknut and Beth are here every day, and they keep it good. I mean, we stick around 25 people is where we normally do if we're doing well. About 15 if we're doing mediocre. And today seems to be mediocre, but I kind of screwed the pooch, and I don't know. Exhaustion setting in, and so therefore, you know, I kind of start slowing down and getting sloppy. And yeah, I gotta learn how to rest myself. I think that's my biggest obstacle, is learning how to rest, because today I woke up and it's like, it's my day off, but I need to get to work. It's my day off, but I need to get to work. And so I kept having this like this split of like, I need to get to no, I need to rest. No, I need to, because that's all I've been doing for so long. That when I actually get a moment to rest, I don't know what to do with myself. Like tonight, I'm gonna probably stay up and play a video game for a while. Please don't screw the pooch. Poor Sam. No worries, brother. I'm keeping you up. Positive vibes. I'm just an Earth kid. Yeah, no worries, man. You're good. Tuck, if you're wore out, sprinkle no dose on your smoke. No, that will put me in the hospital, because I have so much adrenaline in my system. I cannot have anything that will amp me up. Even caffeine really messes with me. Um, and I notice when I have too much caffeine, I start wanting to crawl out of my skin, because it doesn't work well. But I love my caffeine. I like my Coke. I like my coffee. I like my tea. You know, I like my caffeine. But the thing is it's also very negative on me too. So I got to be very careful. Even when I smoke, I got to stick with indica, because sativa makes me anxious. No, that's fine. Nobody knows. Hey, you know, you guys don't have to apologize for anything. You guys, because I know some of you know my full story, some of you know parts of it. So I know that sometimes I just kind of end up repeating and stuff like that. It's all good. Um, but yeah, what game do I play? I play right now. I play Civilizations. I've got Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I've got a pinball game, and so like I'll play the pinball game for like if I only want to like do something off the wall but not spend a lot of time, something that isn't going to require, because Civilization's a 500 turn game, and it takes about 8 to 10 hours to play a full game if you play it from beginning to end. I can't even have a Coca-Cola anymore, dude. I had to switch to Coke Zero because I was drinking so much, and I was so fat at the time. I was like over 320 pounds that my feet would swell up just from drinking. I had to go to Coke Zero. Since I've been on trail and lost all this weight, now I'm like, ha ha, I can go and eat all the sugar I want. But now sugar is so much, I'm like, oh, I don't want it. Because it really runs me into the ground. Like once I got rid of having so much sugar, having a lot of sugar now is like my body is starting to reject it. It's kind of nice because I've always had a sugar addiction. And the funny thing is, I found this out from my mom, is that a sugar addiction generally coincides with alcoholism. Alcoholics, right before they relapse, they go on a sugar binge because of how much sugar is in the alcohol, and so their body, in order to make up for it, goes on a sugar binge, and so that's how you know if somebody's about to relapse. It was a leading indicator, and since my mom was an alcoholic, I probably have fetal alcohol syndrome, which therefore gives me the gives me that sugar craving, even though I don't really like alcohol. I thought about buying a couple beers today, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it. You know, I was like, no, I wanted to celebrate. So my celebration was buying me a 2 liter of Coke instead of a couple of beers. You know, but again, what was his name? Oh, I can't remember. Mark Levin. Who here? I used to watch Mark Levin just because I like watching legal scholars. Anybody here watch Mark Levin? Type 1 if you do, type 2 if you don't. So Mark Levin once said something. Wife went to a garage sale. She bought a backpack from $1 and it had a $10. Oh, Starbucks in the pocket. Nice. Tuck from I drink coffee nearly all day at night with sugar in it. Me too. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So okay, so he once said, because he went on this whole thing, he's went on this tirade. It's like, if you do drugs, if you do any drugs, you should not be allowed on any government on any government subsidy, on anything. You should not get any government benefits if you're on any drugs. And he even threw weed in there, even though it was legal in certain states, because he had that. But he also said this. He said, look, if you don't take any government benefits, and all you do is smoke weed or whatever, you don't drink, you don't do anything, you just smoke weed, and you don't take any government benefits, and you get in trouble, I will come and personally defend you. And I haven't, like, there's been a couple of times where I was like, dude, like when I almost sent him an email. Mark Levin. I almost sent him an email because I got caught with some weed. I owned my own business. I wasn't on any government benefits or anything else like that. I was minding my own business, and I ended up getting pinched for some weed. And I almost sent him an email and said, hey, look, I need a. You said one day on your show, I'm one of those guys. So can you come and defend me? And I probably, instead of paying the $250 fine, which was easy for me, I could have just gotten off and gotten a free lawyer out of the deal, but I didn't. But Mark Levin said that, and it made a huge, huge impact on me, especially how I govern my life. So yeah, like I try. I mean, if it wasn't for having to rebuild my life, I would have never been taking government benefits. Even when I first started out, I didn't want to take food stamps. I thought that my audience would come in and at least help me move along. But that didn't really happen the first year. So I ended up, just due to circumstances, getting on food stamps. And every time, every 6 months, I keep going, man, I hope this is the last time I ever have to renew. Because I hate it. I really don't like it. I liked being out of the system. I was out of the system for so long that being back on it is in a lot of ways it's detrimental. But if things keep moving the way they are, by the time my next renewal comes up, I can just tell them, I'm sorry, I'm good. I can support myself. Now they want me to make like $1,200 or $1,300 a month, but if I'm making at least $700 a month, I could afford my food, because I'm spending about almost $400 a month just to feed me and the dog. And I'm buying as cheap a crap as I can buy, trying to be as efficient, but it's so expensive to eat for one person, almost $400. That's crazy. And I only get 3. So I'm end up this last couple of months, I end up coming $100 out of pocket just to make sure I had enough food to move along. And I mean, as you guys see, it's like, I'm not like 400 pounds, and I'm not lazy, and I do a lot of walk, a lot of work around here. And like you guys see, all I have is like freeze dried stuff that it actually gives me calorie deficiency. But yet like I'm struggling. And I saw a guy in the supermarket today when I was over at Family Dollar, and I was like, man, these shelves are bare. He's like, yeah, it's part of being in the rural area. I says, no, it has to do with the trade war, and the fact is it costs too much money to send stuff out here. So instead of sending stuff out here, they're kind of, in a lot of ways, they're it's an indirect way to squeeze those that are not in these cities. Not in these cities. It's a way to be able to push them back into the city, which makes it easier to manage and control. So if you go off grid, it's going to be a long-term fight, because you're going to be, instead of getting a cheaper lifestyle, it may actually end up becoming more expensive, because freedom costs now. Great find. Okay. I spend about 300, but that's for you, your wife, and a couple of kids though, isn't it? I mean, so you're spending probably about $50 a week on all three of you. And if I had a larger group, the cost would probably be a lot less, because you get rewarded for buying and cooking in bulk. That's the catch 22 there. So as a single person, you pay more because you have to buy smaller portions, and so therefore the packaging and everything, they make it, cost per meal goes up by about 30 to 40%, being a single person versus having a family. One kid at home, so three of you, so you're spending about $100 a week. That's that's quite a bit. I can get a giant fresh rotisserie chicken at Costco for $5. Well, there's no Costco around me, Matthew. I don't have a car to get to a Costco, and I don't have a Costco membership. But if I did, a $5 rotisserie chicken would be good, as long as I can eat it within 24 hours. Sam's and Vaxil stuff. Yeah, you're probably, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, guys. It's getting cold. My nipples are getting hard. So I think it's time to get this thing closed. So if y'all do better be okay enjoying squirrel and raccoon. I was spending less than $200, but last few years just climbing to over $400. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like dude, me, my wife, and my son, we lived off of $150 a month. He was a newborn. He was being breastfed. That was the only way I was able to afford it. And her and I, and this is in 2000, 2009, 2010, $75 every 2 weeks is all I could afford to spend on food. And dude, I gained weight because, well, everything was greasy. She really knew how to fatten me up. But we ate, and we ate good, and we ate hearty, man. I never went hungry off of $150 a month for the three of us. And now, just as a single person, to be spending that much money, it just floors me. And like, because I've been out in the middle of nowhere, I don't really get to see the effects like you guys get to see it, who live in the cities and do it every day. Like, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm once I get to a point where I can grow my own garden, once I get to the point where I can have my own livestock, I have no more dependency on the system. It's just a matter of getting to that point and, being able to, so like, for example, paying off the land. That's my first goal. Then, make sure to start getting livestock, make sure to start getting, chickens and stuff like that, because I like eggs for breakfast. That's going to save me like $30 a month, okay. It's expensive to eat good food. Meat and organic veggies are expensive. Yeah, and I was raised that there's a meat with every meal, and if I don't have meat with every meal, it drives me nuts. And that's going to be something that I'm going to have to. I mean, I eat way less meat. I mean, I probably eat 60% less meat than I used to, but I still got to have meat in every meal. That's why when I do the freeze dried stuff, it's all got the meat in it, so I don't have to worry about storing meat. Signing off. Have a great night. I'll take care. All right, guys. Thanks for being here, and I will see you bright and bushy tail early tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here.